Top 25 Exotic Defense Mechanisms of Animals. Top 25 Exotic Defense Mechanisms of Animals. Lions, tigers and bears are all scary creatures, but they are not as good as the creatures on this list. Have you ever known a shrimp that can fracture you with a punch? Or a suicide bomber? Let's find out about the 25 exotic defense mechanisms of the incredibly effective animals. Fish mouth. The oral fish can expand its mouth to an extremely large size to threaten predators. In order to establish dominance, the two males will open their mouth as wide as possible and begin to collide to determine the winner. Shrimp. The champion of the underwater creatures, the critically accumulating shrimp, can deliver a punch at 23 meters from the stand, enough to break the glass of the aquarium. Even if it throws a lever, the shock from the punch can knock the opponent away. The bubbles generated by the punch can reach temperatures of 727 degrees Celsius because of friction. Malaysian explorers. The Malaysian explosive ants have two poisonous vents in their tails and are ready to use it by exploding. Of course, it will die, to poison the enemy. Learn more. 4 superpowers of animals that humans do not have. 22. Bee bombers. When threatened, beetle bombers produce a chemical on the tail and boil it, which then shoots the chemical to threaten the enemy. Komodo dragon. An assassin with a method of killing the prey slowly. The Komodo dragon has a mouth full of bacteria. Their gums are always open to make the oral cavity always have blood. This is the ideal environment to nourish the bacteria. With a bite, the prey becomes infected and then dies and weakens, while the Komodo dragon slowly follows the prey and waits for it to die. The young dragon also creates a self-defense mechanism by smelling the mouth by eating waste from other dragons. Sea cucumber. Despite its gentle name, cucumber has some formidable defense mechanisms. If stressed, they will launch a tube from their tail into the predator. When combined with water, the tube can be up to 20 times longer than the original length. They will also become baptized and cover the predatory beast. Some sea cucumbers also contain poisonous substances in their tubes. Frog fur. Not really a feather, but a structure resembling a hair frog in male frogs. The hair frog can break his or her bones and push them outward like a claw. Goblin bear. A small feathered primitive in the jungles of Africa, the bear ape has a dark secret. When it attacks, the bee eater attaches its head to the chest and pushes the vertebrae upwards, then tingling the enemy like a tank. Urchins. Urinals have a layer of humus that covers half of the body and each spine is nearly 35 centimeters long. When hunted, they will stop abruptly for the predator to hit his head in the thorns. It can also vibrate the small thorax in the tail to produce a rattlesnake-like sound. Geonet. To talk about this creature is like writing a science fiction novel, as the Geonet clan grows older, and uses so much of the termites' resources, that it creates a blue spot on the neck. When a predator feeds on them, the spot blends with saliva and can cause numbness or poisoning the predator. This is similar to eating a poisonous tablet. Photoluminescence. This tiny creature is actually a poison. The eradication glows through pores and can become luminescent to warn predators of their poison. Opossum. The master of the play of death. When threatened, opossum mink will numb the body, mouth open and foam. This dead game can last for hours. Most predators did not like their meals to die, so they will leave when they see this. Skunk. Skunk is the representative character of a defense mechanism in animals. The breath it shoots from the lower body will hold even if you shower several times, you will only be able to wait for it to fly out of breath. Thanks to this protection mechanism, skunks have very few natural enemies because their smell is very foul. 12. Squirrel mouse. Unlike other rat species, squirrels separate their tails when attacked, which is a rare occurrence in mammals. Because they can grow back to their tails, the squirrels will chew the tailbone. Learn more 10 animals fact corn wonders in the animal world. 11. Northern Fulmar gulls. The young are often prone to eating meat, but it is very unlikely that the northern Fulmar gulls will be infested by young birds who will vomit when threatened. The disgusting odor of rotten fish is not the only thing that prevents predators. Along with an oil in the vomit, other predatory birds will be feathered and cannot fly or fall into the water. They will not be able to float and sink. Lemon balm. Another case of vomiting will be vomiting when threatened. European young lions will vomit on their own to make it look like a bad dish. Parents can smell the vomit from a distance and will fly to protect the baby. They are close to Spain when threatened. The Spanish tendon may pierce its own skin with ribs to intimidate. At the same time, they also produce a poison to poison any predator that intends to eat themselves. A powerful regimen will help them to regain the skin quickly. Vultures of North America. A threatened North American viper will vomit all that is present in the digestive system, and the odor is sufficient to drive away all predators. That way they will become lighter and run faster. Horned lizard. The horned lizard has one of the most unusual defense mechanisms. When they are threatened, they will bleed from the eye to 152 centimeters. It may look harmless but very scary. Lamprey. The lamprey is an eel-like animal and will produce mucus when it is threatened up to 15 liters. Mucus will shut off the carnivore while the lamprey flees. 5. Cereal grains. Cereal beetles are also known in the insect population as a way to protect themselves from unhealthy hygiene. Specifically, during the larvae, the beetle covered himself with a plasticizer with a major component. Their feces. The reason is because the larvae of cereal are yellowish-white, looks as impressive as adult individuals. The creation of this shield can help them cover up their own distinctive colors from predators in nature. Boxing crabs. This is a true warrior. The boxers sometimes cling to the sea as kneeling and gushing at the plates. Because the sea urchin has very strong bricks, the flesh eaters will be punished and beaten. People. You will not think that people will fall into this list, but humans have a lot of defense, including tickling. The smells on the human body is also the weakest place. Neck or thin skin. When tickled, the lower brain area will immediately provoke us to react by attacking or running away. Colorado potato beetle. Colorado stingray beetles are superhuman because they have their own lab in the stomach. The bug will release a protein-suppressing compound when eaten, and this will damage the digestive tract of most insects. Monkey hose. You really should not try this when in danger. When monkeys face their enemies, they will harden the penis and wave them toward the enemy, and shake nearby trees. This method will be more effective in monkeys than in us because their penis is deep red, as the color of the signboard indicates.